I'm Frank Kanshi. This is The Wave. When it comes to cryptocurrency, what do you think of? Some people see fluctuations, but some people believe in growth and various opportunities in the market. Thailand's leading cryptocurrency platform currently invests in metaverse and artificial intelligence to consolidate future utilization. What does this move mean for development of cryptocurrency in Thailand? Joining me now is Mr. Jirayu Sapsi-Sopa, the CEO of BigCop. Fantastic to have you on the show. Firstly, congratulations on the award you just recognized by ASEAN Summit in Indonesia in 2023. You got youngest youth leader in blockchain and digital assets. What's your feeling to get this award?
Oh, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here today on your show.
Yep.
This week there are so many big events happening in our region, and one of the biggest events is the ASEAN Summit. Most of the leaders flew there to have meetings on like global issues and future trends, and I was part of the panelists, one of the panelist speakers on the future of ASEAN, future businesses of the future businesses going forward. And the award was a surprise. I did not expect to be receiving one, but it's. I feel honored to be recognized by the contribution that we have, the recognition that we have been contributed our technology, our created big changes. For the Thai digital economy sector over the past 9 years now in the market.
9 years is a long time, of course, and you already set your foot in blockchain and digital assets for this period. So, of course, congratulations on this recognition. In the introduction, of course, I talked about metaverse, I talked about artificial intelligence. Why BigCop want to invest in metaverse for first and foremost? Why metaverse? What's the future utilization of this technology?
Sure. First of all, if we look at the big picture, right? If you look at China, for example, right now, digital economy in China accounts for 44% of their GDP already, almost half of the world's second largest economy comes from digital economy. That means that every other economies around the world, the growth of the future would also be coming from digital economy. And when we say digital economy, we mean the fourth industrial revolution technology. Right? We are talking about new digital infrastructures altogether going forward in the next decades. So apart from the blockchain technology that we have been doing in the past 9 years, or digital assets, metaverse, artificial intelligence, big data, 3D printing, Internet from the sky, IoT, Internet of Things. These are all the subsets, different subsets of what we call the fourth industrial revolution technology, the new digital infrastructure of the future that would drive the future digital economy going forward. So our vision for the group now is to become a digital technology group that provides the fourth industrial revolution infrastructure for Thailand. We have been doing extremely well for blockchain technology already, the first pillar of our group. And now we want to expand. Instead of becoming a regional company, we thought that maybe we should go deep in one country. For example, in Thailand, in our home country, to go deeper instead of spreading ourselves thin across many countries. We would rather maybe branch out to other technologies to have synergy across different technology across the group to deliver new business models, deliver new services. So metaverse is a second pillar of our group because it matches our thesis of becoming the fourth industrial revolution group technology provider for infrastructure provider for the country. And after I've been very, very fortunate to be attending many of the world's global leaders events, including like Davos in the past few years, and I've seen insights that people are saying that metaverse are here to stay. It's not just a short-term hype. Facebook is continuing still developing metaverse, despite people are not believing them in the short term if they would be able to deliver. But over the long term, the leaders are saying that there will be a convergence between digital and physical world into one seamless omni-channel experience for all the customers. And metaverse would be solving the hard-to-solve physical world issues. For example, if we were to launch a new electric car, you would have to do at least 100 times car crash stimulation, which is going to be very expensive in the real world to crash the car like 100 times. There enter the metaverse, right? Metaverse can have this virtual fail, so companies can experiment, can stimulate car crash to 100 times, 1,000 times to get virtual fail results. This is one of the examples of how metaverse would solve like hard to solve or expensive to solve real world problems. Or for example, maybe for the next Olympics game or the next World Cup, there will be people flying from all over the world, like 90 countries.
Yes.
Obviously, there will have to be 90 different coordinators from 90 different countries. And if we were to run a fire drill before the actual event, it's going to be very expensive to fly everyone from 90 different countries over to one place and do this fire drill, like stimulation. And there enter metaverse, right? It would come in and solve these issues virtually and in inexpensive ways. So we will see an integration in the physical and digital world. And another important data is that the gaming space is already bigger than the music and the movie industry combined. It will be by far the largest industry, one of the largest industries in the future. And in-game assets would be one of the, if not the largest asset class in the world. Because with the blockchain technology, the fourth industrial revolution group, each different pillars of technologies are not working on by itself, like as a standalone, but there will be interoperability of different technologies. You have to combine different technology together to deliver new business models. So apart from metaverse, which is could be the future of gaming, like we can create, apart from digital twin experience, people would spend more time online. We can see this data clearly, even today. Right? And in-game assets currently are not fully interoperable. It's a closed database. And every industries are moving towards an open database, including money. Money is moving towards an open database, like cryptocurrency, digital assets. Right? Information has already gone towards an open system, right? Wikipedia versus Encarta in the past. Right? A phone, we have moved away from Nokia, a closed system, to an application store where people all around the world can innovate new applications for people to use in an open manner. So with the in-game assets, it will be the biggest asset classes, one of the biggest asset classes in the world, and it will move towards an open system, an open database where there will be interoperability between different asset classes, and we can even use in-game assets for physical world payments with full seamless interoperability. So I think metaverse would play an important role, and with shorter attention span as well. Right now we can't even focus on watching videos more than 5 minutes, right? Videos. So the attention span of the people are getting shorter and shorter. That means that all the even physical companies would need some sorts of gamification to increase foot traffic into their stores. They enter metaverse, a digital twin experience. So there are many potential use cases for the metaverse, and we want to be the first to push this technological frontier for Thailand.
Well, that's a lot of points there, just the first 5 minutes. And I love the way how you how you deliver in a calm way. Actually, there's a lot of new technology inside. As what you said, digital economy, 44% account for the whole GDP of China. And you talk about metaverse, how to actually, it's intertwined together. It's not just one pillar for blockchain, for metaverse, for AI, but it intertwined together to create a new way to store your digital assets, or to purchase, to buy, or to just spend on metaverse. This is technology is really important, and we might see just in few years how human being lifestyle changed in a short time. You talk about metaverse. I want to talk about artificial intelligence, as in because, of course, invest in artificial intelligence for generative AI called Thai GPT. What is this for? What's this move for?
Well, AI, artificial intelligence, is a third pillar of our group. And again, AI is a subset of the fourth industrial revolution infrastructure, which is critical for the future's growth, for the digital economy, for our country. And AI is so disruptive that even next year's Davos, the main theme would be just purely on AI. It would change so many aspects, so many business models. It would change customers' behavior. It will even change investment thesis. Like, for example, going forward, assets that are purely generated by information, the value would go to zero, right? Because AI can do this with abundance, right? Digital abundance, unlimited amounts. Or assets that are purely generated by white-collar, straightforward labor, AI would be able to democratize and automate, so the value would go to zero. It will even change the investment thesis. Or it will change education even. We could have a personalized tutor, one-to-one tutoring system, and it would solve like major issues like the 2 sigma problem. How if we are able to deliver one-to-one tutoring system, we can move the average performance of the student that is mapped by the normal distribution curve, by the 2 standard deviation to the right, meaning that we would be able to produce even higher quality of students going forward with the one-to-one tutoring system, with AI being a personalized tutor. We can even produce better teachers with AI being the best teaching assistants by preparing advanced materials ahead of time, by even teach the teachers on the best teaching techniques. And what I found interesting attending the Davos events is that in the next 5 years, they said that 40% of our current skill sets would become obsolete. That's almost half of our, including myself, almost half of our current capabilities would become obsolete in the next 5 years. And they have agreed on the new skill taxonomy. And most of the new skill taxonomy are weighted towards soft skills now. Like communication skill, leadership skill, negotiation skill, teamworking skill. And hard skills are being automated by technology, and in particular AI, because AI is democratizing technical abilities going forward. So I think it is important to have an AI application or services or an integrator to help SMEs, MSMEs in Thailand uplift their productivity by leveraging on AI, by reducing cost, increasing their productivity, overall increasing the competitiveness of the SMEs, MSMEs in our country. So we want to be that technology provider to improve the overall productivity, competitiveness of the business landscape in the country. And that's why we invested in Thai GPT, and we started to build BitCup AI, which is the application on top.
Yeah. So it's in Thai or in English? I think in Thai or in both languages.
In both languages, but our strength would be in Thai, because
Thai, of course, your target audience is Thai. But what you said is really important. It's not for educational side too, because actually I interviewed Google in Thailand, and they told me that they are developing adaptive artificial intelligence too for teachers, for learners. So as what you said, it's gonna boost the productivity here, but it's gonna reduce maybe some workforce there too. So it's kind of like there's a good side and negative side too. Some people ask if there's any risk to develop AI. Do you think there's benefits more than risk? How about the off button there? What's the line there? What's the limit line for AI to develop?
There are two types of AI, right? The curation or curated AI or ranking AI. Those first type of AI we have been using already in the past 10 years, significantly mostly in the past 10 years. When we go on social media platform, like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they already embedded curated AI. And the KPI of the first group of engineers were to maximize the engagement to the bottom of the brainstem, make sure people are addicted to their screen. So as a result, the bad impact or the bad effect of it were things like creating a short attention span for everyone in the society now, or polarization, because AI would only be feeding what we would want to see. So the red shirt believers would be seeing red content. Yellow shirt believers would be seeing the yellow shirt content, and the orange shirt believers would be seeing the orange content, believing that it's the real world reflection of the actual reality. But it creates civil wars and conflicts, not just in Thailand, everywhere around the world. And these were the bad impacts of the previous curated AI. But these were the previous impact of the curated AI, and ranking AI. But going forward, if we talk about generative AI, it's going to be the fake everything society. There is an experiment where they asked generative AI to listen to a voice clip of less than 3 seconds, and after that the AI can mimic the voice of that person. And with the launch of the AI filter, everybody now can be Donald Trump. Everybody can be Putin now with his voice, and can say anything, and nobody would know which one is real because it is seamless, right? Even the voice. So with these current call center scams, it would become like minimal issues compared to the issues that we'll be facing with the fake everything society going forward. Or even another experiment would be to ask the generative AI to scan the prefrontal cortex and limbic brain, and with a person seeing a photographs, and the AI could tell, right, exactly that the person was looking at a giraffe photo, eating the leaves on the tree, without even having it looking at the photo, by just scanning the brain scan, energy movements. So privacy is gone. We only recently had PDPA, rights to be forgotten regulation. Here we are talking about like mind reading ability now.
Level.
Right. This is like new risk with that are attaching to new technology. So regulations would have to catch up as well.
Yes, the regulation has to catch up, and how to verify those information online, or the context that you read is really important too. Even it's from written or made by human being or by AI. That's very important. Next question, really important, I think, for Big Corp in Thailand too. What's the public policy you want to see from the government, given that, of course, I understand in 2013 you started your startup, you got a lot of difficulties, but right now in 2023, next year, 2024, what's the public policy you want to see from the new government?
I would separate into two phases, the short-term phase and the longer-term phase. For the short-term I'm concerned about the very high debt to GDP ratio, 90% to GDP now, the highest ever in the Thai history. Right? I'm afraid that if most of the majority of the people cannot pay off their debt, or the debt level is rising faster than the income level of the average population, then the economy is going to burst. Right? We're not going to be able to sustain. So it is short term. It is imperative for the government to quickly solve the very high debt issue to stabilize the economy. Over the long term, 3 keywords: right? Digital, green, revolution. So digital economy would be the next growth engine going forward. Green transition, energy transition, net zero, carbon neutrality. Green supply chain is also one of the biggest growth engine. If not, we could be sanctioned by getting a cut out of the global GDP if our supply chain is not green enough, right? Because it's a world's order now that everybody is moving towards net zero, and I'm afraid that most of the SMEs, MSMEs in our country, even larger corporations, would not be able to change their upstream, downstream, their whole supply chain to be green enough on time. So I think going forward, the Department of Digital Economy should be, level 1 or grade A, not grade C like today. Or the Natural Resource Department has to be grade A. These two are the drivers of the future growth. Right? These 2 departments, digital green revolution. Apart from seeing where the growth engine would be, we have to work backwards and see what we should be investing today. And one of the key investment that the government should push would be on human capital, human capital development. A good news or insights for our region is that by the end of 2024, there'll be a surge of investment entering ASEAN region. Everybody is looking at ASEAN now as the new growth engine for the world. We will be receiving an unprecedented amount of investment, more than anyone could have ever imagined before. We will be entering our golden era, but there's a big but. Right? But this time, the investment won't be going towards old legacy industries. For example, the new investment won't be entering legacy petrol car industry, but the new investment would be entering into an electric car industry instead. So it is important that the government, apart from having the right policies ready to receive investment into newer segment of the economy, newer industries, the government would also need to push the human capital. We need to uplift the human capital to be ready to execute the vision once we receive the investment. Even if the investment want to enter Thailand, but if our people are not ready, then they will be discouraged, right? The investors, and they would be investing this money elsewhere, where the human capital are more ready. So it is important to train the people today on, universities must create this climate school instead of just business school or MBA, right? To train people the green human capital skills, right? To be able to do this energy transition or the green transition, the green supply chain effectively, for example. We should have an open education platform like Khan Academy, Coursera, because 40% of our current skill sets will become obsolete in the next 5 years. And we all have family now. We all have jobs to go to. Nobody has time like 18-year-olds that could go to universities 5 days a week. So we need this open education platform with AI embedded, with a one-to-one AI tutoring system, so that everyone can learn at their own pace, can learn at their own time, with different backgrounds required for each of the different people. So these are all the infrastructure that the government should be leading or creating for the people. The basic human rights going forward would be, that everybody should get access to the internet. Otherwise, people would not be able to get on the open education platform. Right? Internet connectivity should be free for everybody. Digital ID should be free for everybody and easily accessible so that people can verify themselves for digital healthcare, digital, fintech, financial services, or digital education services. So to summarize, I think short-term, debt to GDP ratio is too high. We need to fix this urgently. Long-term, digital green revolution is the growth engine, and ASEAN would be receiving an unprecedented amount of investment. Working backwards to today, we need to prepare the right human capital, right? Apart from preparing the right policies and make sure the regulations are flexible and be able to adapt to the fast-changing nature of the digital economy or new set of technology. We need to prepare the right human capital in order to attract the investment into our country. Both like climate school and open education platform, and the basic human rights for the Thai people going forward would be the internet connectivity, and digital ID that should be free for everybody to use.
Very important points there, as what you said. For the government, actually, they have to provide compatible policies to, of course, receive those FDI. And in ASEAN, there's no just Thailand. Of course, there's many competitors. Of course, FDI will flux into those countries where, of course, they have compatible physical policies and the talented workers, enough talented workers. So for new government, they should have to look and, of course, provide this policy immediately. Last question, last 90 seconds. I would like to know, because this is everybody fond of crypto market. They want to know next year, 2024, as what you said, the halving season, fourth time on 30th April 2024. What's your analysis?
I've been in this space in this industry for 9 years and 8 months, to be exact. And I've seen 3 cycles now, and we have realized that our industry has a cyclical nature. Once every 4 years, usually there's a golden year. Once every 4 years, 2013 was the boom year, and then 4 years of winter, and then 2017 was the second boom year, and then 4 years of winter, and then 2021 was the boom year, and then we are 3 years into the winter now. And hopefully next year, statistically speaking, it should be the golden year going forward. And usually it occurs after the halving, which is governed by the algorithm of the Bitcoin blockchain, that the supply of Bitcoin is being halved once every 4 years. So hopefully, statistically speaking, the market should be back. But we can't predict the future by 100% outright looking by historical data. But it has been this pattern over the past 3 cycles, over the past 12 years.
So great to have you on the show, because actually what you say is really important. It's statistical, of course, path there, 4 years for one halving season. But this is not investment advice, and of course people have to be careful of what they invested in, especially in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Today, thank you so much. I would like to talk to you again maybe next year when halving season comes. Thank you so much, Mr. Jirayu Sapsi Sopa, the CEO of Bitcorp. Thank you so much.
Thank you.